In the NBA, though, I've always felt that the star has to have your back. Dame needs to like you. It's important because he is the centerpiece of this franchise. Did you guys connect immediately?
I think it happened over time. Obviously, he came in as a rookie, and it was my first year here in Portland. Damian is a very intuitive person. He's a very respectful person. And we came into the Portland situation together, and we kind of grew into this whole situation together. And obviously, he and I are both different than we were 9 years ago. But I think it's just over time, it's like a marriage. You just grow, and you grow together and respect each other and understand each other.
Was there a breakthrough when you really felt a closeness?
I remember going into his second year, and obviously we didn't make the playoffs the first year, and he wanted to know if I thought he could make the All-Star team. And I said, I do, but we have to win. We had LaMarcus Aldridge. He was the best player at the time, and if we got one, it was going to be LaMarcus. And we did win, and he did make the All-Star team. And I think just having a trust in him, obviously he won Rookie of the Year. And even though we lost our last 13 games of the season, it was a growing year for him. He won unanimous Rookie of the Year. And I'd like to think that we kind of did it together. Obviously it's his talent, but we've been in this together for a long time.
Terry, one of the things I like about Dame is somebody once told me, in comedy, be serious. In serious businesses, have a sense of humor. And sports is fun, but Dame is serious. He is really convicted. He is really focused. Who do you compare him to that you've ever played with or coached with?
Boy, that's difficult. He's a unique guy, but the great ones that I've been around, when in Seattle with Gary Payton and Dirk Nowitzki, Detlef Schrempf in Seattle, all of them had a serious mindedness about their craft, about their aspirations, about what they wanted to accomplish. And Jason Kidd the same way. They all had different personalities, but when it came down to the business of basketball, they didn't screw around. It was about the task at hand.
He's averaging about 35, 36 minutes. I'm not a huge fan of load management, but he is smaller. He's not 6'9", 250. He's a guy that can get knocked to the floor. And I think to myself, how do you measure that? Last year at the end of the year, I thought you guys, first of all, you had injuries in the season. You came into the bubble with injuries. And then you were so reliant on your backcourt scoring. And I thought by the end, it was a valiant effort, but I thought your team was tired and beat up and nicked. And I look at Dame and I think to myself, are there moments that you go to him and just say, hey, I need you. I got to cut your hours back. I got to cut your minutes back. And does he respond to that?
Well, as you mentioned, he's really competitive and he wants to be on the court. If it were up to him, he'd play the whole game. And honestly, my point of view, the 36 minutes to me is comparable to players of his stature. If you look at the best players in the league, they play 35, 36, 7 minutes a game. So I don't think that's extraordinary. I really try and keep them under 39, 40 minutes every game. The bubble was an extraordinary situation in that we had 8 games plus a play-in, that it was all hands on deck. There was no tomorrow. It was essentially we were playing knockout games the whole time. And I do think fatigue hit us when we went into the Lakers series, but that was such a unique situation just to get into the playoffs. That was our playoffs. So I think he takes really good care of himself. I think he can manage the minutes that he does play. And the grind of the bubble is a little different, I think, than what we're going through right now.
I've said the 2 players in the NBA, 15 seconds left, I want the ball in their hands, are Steph and Dame. And I've said it multiple times on my show. There's, as you pointed out, an intuitiveness, a confidence. The range is just greater than anybody else in the league. Terry, how much do you draw the play out with Dame, and how much do you allow him to just sort of feel it?
My job is to get him the ball. If we call play at the end of the game, the most important thing is to get him the ball and have good spacing, have the right other players on the floor with him that allows him to read the situation. But, I try not to stand in the way of greatness. Honestly, it's you let great players do great things. And like I said, call a timeout. A lot of times we don't call a timeout if he already has the ball, because they'll do everything in their power to deny him the ball. So, it's one of those situations I learned. And that's one of the things we've learned together is early on in the first 2 or 3 years, he said, I need to take that shot. I need to take that shot. And so that's how I think that's how it's evolved. And obviously he's come through, but it's sometimes I get criticized for saying, well, all he does is get Dame the ball. Well, yeah, that's my job, is get him the ball.
It's not a bad, hike it to Tom Brady. He'll take care of the rest.